Hello and welcome to Boy Stupid. My name's Wayne.
And I'm Matt. Still without voice, but still Matt.
It's okay. Matt, are you a robot?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't think I'm a robot, but I don't know if I'd really know. But
we're living in a simulation. I don't know.
We might be. Because this is the subject of today's spicy topic, where we're talking about the problem
of AI in board games.
AI in board games. And it can be used for a number of ways, but specifically around artwork and all of that jazz.
Yeah.
And there's been plenty of debate and conversation on various games.
A lot.
Oh my gosh, there has been.
Well, there's been a lot of AI conversation in the general world.
Yes.
And of course as well in our little
bubble.
So yeah,
absolutely. So yeah, it turns out AI can be used for more than just board game art.
Yeah.
And if you'd like to hear us talk about how it's being utilised in board games, then maybe you should consider
hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, do that. I mean, you don't need to be an AI.
Even if you're a robot.
Even if you are an AI.
No, probably
actually,
not. No, so don't do it.
No bots. No paid subs. No, just organic humanoids only.
Yeah, humanoids. Yeah, carbon fiber creature.
Carbon people.
Hit the subscribe button.
Do that.
Yeah.
Let's dive in to why AI might be an issue to talk about.
Or maybe not.
Rolling dice, feeling nice. Cardboard dreams and game schemes. Click subscribe, it's a vibe. Boy Stupid's all we need. Boy Stupid, game reviews for you and me. Boy Stupid, here's what you should play and see.
So, Matt, first things first, we should probably say this is just a point of conversation between us, really.
So
and we want to engage with you, the community.
Yeah, so we discussed about these things about AI like a million times now. It's one of the things that constantly comes up because we're all down on Reddit or BGG and seeing a lot of this conversation going. So I would say, you know what, let's talk about it a little bit, but mostly just like we want to hear from you. So comment below. I want to see a little bit of buzz on in the comments because it's really nice to hear different opinion from different people. Because mostly I always blah to Wayne about these things. So,
and we know some of you friends of us and friends of the channel are designers. Some of you are publishers. Some of you are artists.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of you are just like super board game nerds like us, and so we want to hear all of your views on AI and board game art. So Matt, let's start with, in principle, how it's being used, or how, as far as we know, it's being used in board games today.
So far, a few things have been used. The AI has been used. The one that has been up front in like front pages of all these scandal things. It's been about the actual artworks.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the art in the board game. It's been
the assets, all of the art assets,
been done by an AI with Mid-Journey or whatever,
or some tools in Photoshop AI tools or whatever it is.
So it's been someone creating a game, completely removing the art side to it, so removing the art directors or the graphic designer, the illustrators, and all that, the nice people that create those beautiful artwork that you see in the board game. They're very part of a board game because
it's a physical product.
Yeah, it's a physical product, and I think a lot of times games, they need to look beautiful, or sometimes they could be a little bit just an Excel spreadsheets otherwise.
Like Castles of Burgundy, for example.
Yes. But yeah, that is been the ones that it's been pointed out immediately because people find out that they can kind of achieve more or less the same quality, not really, or at least not at that point, without having to spend money to get the art made, and that is bad.
Yeah.
But however, someone else has been using AI tools to refine their art. So artists themselves has been using the AI.
Yeah,
to
using
kind of
tools
like,
within platforms like Photoshop. Right?
Exactly, because at the end of the day, even Photoshop, even the video that you're watching right now, there is some AI magic that makes the video looks better.
I don't really look like this.
No, but it's got a lot of hair.
Look like a woofie. That's not true.
Are you You said it, Chewie.
But yeah, let's start with what we think is what I think is bad. You think is bad. I think everybody thinks it's
There's elements that is bad,
Yeah.
right? And there is a line that I think everyone needs to kind of decide on is where it becomes bad. Because we were having a conversation just now, Matt, about okay, there's a tool that I use on Canva to make thumbnails, which if you click a button, it automatically detects the background. And
yeah,
gets
and
rid of
remove
it.
the background. Yeah,
Is that too much? Is that automatic color correction on your phone? Is that too much? Should I be paying someone to do this stuff for me? I mean, where is it? I mean, because AI tools are so advanced now, and they're getting more advanced every single day. They can do so much. I mean, I'd probably say, I think a quite obvious line is, try to generate all of your art assets via AI is probably a step too far. But then who am I to say? Because sometimes cost might be the factor.
and I'm fine with that. However, I want to see that reflected in the cost of the product, and I want to know that it's being created with
You
AI.
need full transparency.
I want a full transparency. It's kind of like the food that you buy.
Yeah.
I want to know if something is bio, if something is being mass produced. I want to know it because
organic or
then I can make the choice of having it or not having it, depending on the price, depending on a million other things. But I do want to know that it's been used, and then I can always make my own researches on how it's been used. And I'm thinking about how it's been used, because this, even for the art, there's been a campaign that went up on a lot of threads a few months ago, and it's a game that we actually touched with our hands, and we spoke
played it
with the designer, we play, and we really like it. That is Draconis 8.
Fantastic, by the way. Very, very good game. Very fun.
It spiked up on this AI witch hunt for games. I think there was a bit of a witch hunt at that point, because apparently they used AI in the artwork. Actually, not. Actually, what has been using, the artist himself that is draw every single character, every single card in the game, has been using some AI tools to generate some variancy on those million cards, million design that he did, and then took that variances and redraw them himself. But people were mad about it.
So this artist who's created his own prompts to create variants is being paid to create art, and he's creating art and then using inbuilt tools in Photoshop and I think other tools to help define and create.
Even
variants,
on AI things too.
Repainted over in this sort of iterative process that was really beautifully, transparently put out. By Wise Wizard Games. They were like, here's the exact process in excruciating detail. And I was like, that seems fine to me.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that seemed fine to me.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I was like, but some people were like,
we saw with that he went like
people hated it. I was like, why?
Forks and torches, and I'm just like,
Bit much,
that's not where you should go. The big problems is looking at some of the games that are now on Kickstarter, on GameFound, and be like, that looks a little bit suspicious, and there is no mention at all about AI art or any of those things. I think that is where we need to kind of like keep an eye, and
definitely transparency is absolutely key. So let's talk about the indie publisher. There could be a case to be made where actually some games couldn't be created without utilizing AI to bring the vision to life. At that point, do you say, well, basically hard luck, mate. You need to try and make the game good enough until people can believe in it enough to give you funding to maybe pay some artists, or do you utilize the AI and just go for it?
I would say go for it.
But with full transparency.
With full transparency, and again, I want to see that reflected into the cost of the game. Because if a game costs £40-50, it's not just to pay the physical assets of the inside the game. You pay the people that have been working on it, and including the artists. So if you're a one-man band that has got these great games in his head, and he wants to put it out on the market, but it doesn't know if I was doing it a game, I will draw like sticks, man, and that's all I can do because I'm not great at. But AI could actually help me bring in more to my vision to reality. But again, if you are straight with it, and I don't see where the problem lies.
But maybe
if we then I don't pay for it, because I know that you haven't paid for that.
Yeah, you haven't paid for that artwork, I guess. I suppose you could also utilize it as like a brainstorming type tool where you're utilizing the prompts to give you ideas, and then the artist could then base the artwork off of those ideas. Is that the safe side of the line? I don't know.
Maybe,
it's so hard, right? Because like you've generated AI artwork and you're utilizing your own interpretation of it.
The guys that did Sibyl used exactly this kind of thing. So they generated these AI images, and then they took the inspiration of that AI generated images to create their own stuff, their own cards for that tarot games. Yes, I think that's a yes, even because now everything is an experiment, I guess.
Yeah, especially at the moment.
Yeah.
The next thing I really want to touch on is, even utilizing all of these tools, you've got the ethical consideration where AI harvests, right, loads of information. It basically scrapes data from millions of images all over the internet, and then utilizes that in order to generate its work based on the prompts given. And you have this kind of ethical thought where those original artists will never see a penny for the reuse of the work in a new format.
In a remix. Yeah. But how do you stop it?
How do you stop it?
You close internet. That means that you go back to the dark ages. I don't know. Yeah,
it's hard because the door's open right now, right? It's hard. We're going to talk about this, like all of these amazing tools that you can utilize now. It's constantly changing, and we're in the middle of a bit of a revolution with AI. Not just in board gaming, obviously in the wider world. Where you liken this going back to the Industrial Revolution, where you had factories and machinery, and people were up in arms because that was destroying jobs, destroying trades. But actually, that's just normal now.
Yeah, and a little bit even closer to us, it was the Napster, the Metallica Napster things where
you can't stream music.
Napster is killing the music. And now, after 25 years, 30 years, you only listen music on Spotify. You watch your stuff music on Netflix. Everything is streamed. You don't buy anything physical anymore, and all those things. So, I think a lot of the AI things is, again, it's very much happening while we speak.
Yeah.
There is stuff that is gonna go bust. There's something that is going to be utilized in everyday life, and I think at a certain point, even in board game, we will have to kind of like accept that is a thing.
Yeah, potentially we will, even in our little bubble. Although, as that happens, and when you see other games that we've seen as well that utilize it, like Fox Pro, it's almost an entirety AI generated art.
Yeah. Of a similar, what we call that?
Legally distinct
from
Hogwarts. Hogwarts Harry Potter. Legally distinct, utilizing entirely.
Yeah, they already were like very borderline with the theme, and then I think again,
we didn't know about that either.
But again, everything went down because so if we don't know, basically people find out that most of the art created for the game,
all of the art, I think,
all of the art was AI generated, but that was non-disclosed in any shape or form up to
until recently.
Until very recently, and that's like,
That's not okay.
That's not okay. Even because as a publisher, as a designer, whatever you are, you're then getting the things are not being clear with your audience.
Yeah.
And you're not just gonna lose them. Okay, if I say, all right, this game I made the art with AI, half of the people is gonna back it. It's gonna be bad for me. But maybe the next game I'll be like, all right, I did something wrong. Here it is, the new things.
Yeah.
Now you're losing people, not just for that game. You're losing the people forever because you're hiding stuff from the people. It's like it's not.
And also, I think there is a little bit of there's a lack of integrity there, right? And then more than just the integrity of transparency, you've got artistic integrity because you've got some amazing games that are iconic because of hand-painted
the
art.
art, absolutely.
Hand-painted, beautiful.
Absolutely.
Dixit, for example, is a great example. There's beautiful cards, all hand-painted,
Yeah.
stunning artwork. All of the great artwork by Ian O'Toole, for example, or the Miko, all of these unique artists that have a style. Vincent Dutrait.
Yeah.
It's just stunning. You can spot it a mile away, and it's a wonderful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
And the art is part of the game. Board gaming is tactical, tactile, not tactical.
Strategic.
It's a tactile visual experience. It's not just the game. It's not just the mechanic, the pieces and what they look like, the colors and all that stuff makes the game great. Because again, a great game that looks horrible is never going to be that great.
Yeah, there's going to be a line where it gets to, we'll just push people off. You've got, and especially these days,
all the games that you like.
So, yeah, all the games I like. Same you love Castles, baby.
Fair enough.
But but I know what you mean. Like there is a definitely, at least now, the production and design is so good, and the artwork is so great that it really adds a level of brilliance to the hobby, right? And I think it's a real shame it loses that when you start having generative AI art.
Yeah. But at the same time, not everybody can afford paying Ian O'Toole for their new game.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, you're an indie publisher, you're a one-man band with your game, and you need AI to make a dream reality. Go for it. When it's someone like, without making any names, but a big publisher, and you start going down the I need to save money, cut here, cut there, let's do AI. That I think is you need to go to hell. That's the reality.
Fair enough.
But again, if you're a small publisher, you need to say, please tell me that. I did not much experience or money to pay an artist to do this. I'm making an AI, but that's why these games cost you $20 instead of $40.
Yeah, fair enough. And we already touched on it. The one of the other major problems is that player backlash, reputational damage when people find out, because people are still up in arms about the whole thing, and understandably, with all the things that we've talked about, even if you are fully transparent, people still get angry about it.
And that is our fault in terms us as customers. So as soon as there's been this trend now, they see that as soon as you read AI, people goes like forks and torches and pikes.
Vote it a 1, downvote.
Exactly.
Angry.
Without actually maybe finish read everything that the publisher or the artist himself has started doing or saying about it, because they might have used some AI tool like everybody do right now, or you do whenever you take your stories on Instagram and you look more beautiful than what you are. That is because an AI.
It's AI, mate.
So
it goes back to that question: where's the line? We don't know where it is, but
I think we'll find as eventually the line will be more
drawn.
marked. At the moment, it's blurred because it's so new. We are in the revolution.
It's currently happening.
But there are so many things that I think is gonna be great. For example, as a dungeon crawler lover, I would like an AI that for my favorite games keep producing
new maps
or new things that that I don't need to pay for, because they just like it's gonna keep creating things like we're gonna get there, and that's gonna be amazing.
I mean, we haven't even touched on things like utilizing AI in mechanical design and mathematics. I haven't seen anything of that yet, but I think it's probably a matter of time. And I'm sure viewers, you'll let us know in the comments if anyone's been utilizing AI to generate the game mechanisms, or helping with the I suppose the logic of a game.
Yeah.
I think, and there is one example I can think of. I think it was Huff No More's actually Sakana Stack, where they ran the game rules through an AI to try and see if it would break.
But that
it's like utilizes playtesting millions of times.
But is it not a good thing? It's a great thing.
It means the game is
you're using AI to make your product better. Because you would not have the physical time to get a game like a card game go through like a million playtests. That things will do it in an hour, and it's gonna tell you like it broke this, and this.
Yeah.
And you can work it out way faster than before. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, that's a great point.
That's a very interesting. So I'd be keen to see what more games have used that in creating, defining the logic of a game's boundaries. That'd be very interesting to know. Matt, is there anything else you want to talk about, or should we take it to the outro?
Take it to the outro, because my tea is finished and my voice as well.
Okay, mate, let's go. So that was our discussion on the use of AI in board games, and I think it's only just begun.
Yeah, and again, what we discussed, we touched a few arguments very quickly. We could talk about this stuff for days, but what we wanted to do, rather than you had more or less our ideas where we're sitting on this, on that, but what we want to hear is actually you guys down in the comments below, and let us know what's your point of view, because I'm really interested to the wider audience, or to our audience, of the Board family, to understand what you guys think, and
especially if you're an artist or if you're a designer. Do you use those tools?
Yeah.
Where's the line for you? Are you okay with it or not? And then for the rest of our fam, those board game enjoyers, what do you feel about it? Is knowing that a game used AI in any way an absolute no, you're not going to spend your money, or do you not mind? Or are you somewhere in the middle? We'd love to know. But what's something else I'd love to know?
If you're not an automa, if you're not a machine,
you're not a machine,
and you wanna hear more about board games, well, on our Patreon, you can find a lot of exclusive non-AI
generated content.
So
it's all
just like
human generated content.
Pure organic.
Like
the dirty Wayne, it's me organically.
The good stuff.
Recording more exclusive content just for the patrons.
Go check that out.
And it costs like a
couple of pounds. It's like a coffee.
Yeah, it's a coffee.
Nothing, you won't miss that.
What's a coffee in AI? I don't know.
I
An AI.
AI can't make coffee. AI can't make coffee. But you can buy us a coffee.
I think they can.
They can. They will eventually. AI baristas coming soon. You heard it first.
Yeah, you can go check that out. You get some
nice content
reviews,
for you.
and otherwise hit the subscribe button.
That's free.
It's free. And
no
again,
AI required.
No bots.
No bots, please.
We don't want
just
bots
organic growth. No paid subscribers. No paid views.
No.
Just click the
we should do
subscribe
another episode about all that stuff, but we're not gonna do it.
Don't talk about that. Just subscribe. Anything like that, you should check out the rest of our videos, and we'll catch you again at the next one.
Ciao.
Game reviews for you and me. Here's what you should play and see.